This is like take 57 or some shit. Like I'm 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 gonna provide some disclaimers, and the whole reason why I'm even doing this is not to make the company look bad or do anything against Kuro Games. The entire purpose of this video is to talk about this and leave it in the past. This is not an attempt to make you guys feel bad for me or feel like you should come and watch my videos and support my channel. Like, this is none of that. I just want to refer to this whenever someone asks why I was blacklisted, why I get so much hate. I continuously see this on Twitter and in Discord servers, and I just want to have some actual reference where someone can just come and watch the video and just have a clear explanation coming directly from me as to what happened. This is also not an attempt to get off of the blacklist. That ship has sailed. I made mistakes. They have consequences, and being on the blacklist for Kuro is one of those consequences. I made very clear decisions that have had repercussions, and once again, I thank Kuro Game. I'm not trying to glaze them, but I thank Kuro Games for the previous opportunities that they provided. I want to go into Wuthering Waves on a very positive note. While I am very vocal now about how I feel about things, and I don't really care about the way people perceive me and stuff, that none of that matters to me anymore. I do want this to be here simply for the goal of clearing any air. Now, this whole idea is not mine. This is comes from a comment. I know who this person is. This is an ex-Kuro rep that just wants to see me do well. This person has always been in my corner since I started playing PGR, and while some of you may not believe they are a Kuro rep, I've seen enough proof to believe the person, and everything that I've talked to them about and seen from them is more than enough for me. The proof doesn't matter to you guys. All it matters to me, but the point in me showing you this is to show that this is not my idea. I simply thought about it and saw a benefit in just simply placing this on the channel. Now I'm going to dive deeper than what the person asked me to do, which was just to talk about why I was blacklisted. I'm going to provide the whole scenario from punishing Grey Raven all the way to where we are now. All I ask of you guys is to watch the video and hear the entire perspective, because you guys only see a person who just didn't have thick skin and didn't want to listen to the community, when there's a lot more to some of the decisions that I made. And whether you believe or see my side of the story and want to take it at face value or not, it does not matter. I'm providing my perspective, whether you believe it, like it, or not. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. During my Punishing Grey Raven days, I had full intention of becoming a Punishing Grey Raven content creator. I genuinely enjoyed the game. I never seeked to be one of the best or one of the guide makers for the game. I had various opportunities with Kuro Games where I was sponsored for videos, and I just saw this as a big break of sorts for my channel. This is the game where my channel started doing well. While I do have a history with Genshin Impact, and those views did very, very well for my channel, I really wanted to play this. This was the action that I was looking for, and I genuinely fell in love with the game. There is a common theme with something that is said in regards to why people don't like watching my channel, and that is that I don't want to listen to people trying to help me. I got angry when they were trying to tell me how to play the game, which is half true. I'll get to that in a moment. And I'm not taking accountability for how I treated the community. I'm going to address every single one of those. Yes, I didn't want to take advice from the community, and I kind of still play that way with many of the games that I play today. One thing about me is that I am a very slow learner, and when it comes to me learning something, I want to know why I'm doing it, why it works, and why it works as a functional strategy. And the way to get there is to understand the game. It all starts from me button mashing all the way to me understanding why things aren't working the way that I want them to learning the character kits. It is a slow process that only the people who have watched me play Arc Knights understand. I am very bad at Arc Knights, but thankfully I have built enough of a community with that game that understand that I want to learn the game. I want to feel it out. I want to know what the characters do. Every now and then I ask for help. I actually allow the community to come and tell me what I'm doing wrong and how I can fix it. But first, I want to try things on my own. And thankfully, the people who still watch me from game to game understand that now. And I'm very thankful for that. I did not have that luxury with Punishing Gray Raven. It was an entire group of people telling me various different things to do without me understanding why they work and how they work. Or I just didn't want to use a character that I didn't have built. I eventually got frustrated because this group of people didn't leave it at that. I would constantly ask to allow me to learn the game, to allow me to figure out why it works, or I would tell them I don't want to do it that way. I think that's fair. If someone doesn't want to play a specific way or learn a specific way, that is perfectly fine. Now, the problem here is how I approach the situation. I was very frustrated, and I did take that out on the chat at the time. That left some bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because it was received as I was just too arrogant to listen to the chat. When in all reality is I want to learn the game. I want to understand things. I don't want to just have people telling me orders on how to play the game and never understand why these things work. Maybe eventually you guys would have told me those things, but there's a process to this that I want to experience. And when people tell me how to do things, the satisfaction of finally hitting that score that I've been trying to hit or beat a boss that I'm trying to beat is taken away because I didn't learn anything. I think that's fair. If you don't think that's fair, that's fine. I don't care. This is how I play games. This is how I've always played games. And this is what's fun for me. I do allow people to give me advice after a certain point, but we hadn't reached that point yet. Now, this was a big break for my channel. And to an extent, I was trying to cater to an audience when I should have just put my foot down and just told people what it was. That did not go well at all. So what that turned into was a bad spin on the community. They didn't like how I did things, and yeah, they didn't like how I played the game. But there was still a group of people that stuck around and watched my channel. So then it turned into a whole nother thing where I decided I wasn't going to play the game anymore. And when I did that, I made a very clear post. Let me find it. I made a very clear post here. Now there's a part of here that I edited, which was here, because I realized my error after a lot of people told me what they were seeing versus what I was trying to say. Without this here, it looked like I was blaming the entire community for being toxic. When in my head, I thought people that wasn't there would understand that I am not talking about them because they hadn't done anything to me. But everyone saw it as an attack on everybody. So I edited the word minority in here so they would understand that I'm not talking about everyone. As you can see here, I said that these are the common complaints that I'd always see. He isn't playing right. You should be doing this. Why do you even play this game? Or just quit the game. Nothing good comes from any of that. I don't learn the game. I don't figure out how to play. I get frustrated. And I did exactly what you guys told me to, was just quit the game. And that pissed you guys off. So at the same time, I tried my best to figure out how to gain thick skin, but I wasn't going to gain thick skin in a short amount of time. I needed to learn how to take comments, how to understand people's perspective and how to ignore people that just don't like how I do things. I've gotten kind of there at this point. I don't really give a fuck about if people like me anymore. And I don't care if you bark orders at me. I'm just going to ignore the people if they don't follow the rules of my channel. It's that simple. I don't lash out at people that much anymore. I'm trying to get it to a point where I never do it, but there are times when I'm just having a bad day or something. I eventually apologize, but that side of me is still somewhat there that I'm trying to get better at. And here's something that I commonly see as well. People saw this as me blaming Rexlent. I was not blaming Rexlent. I was regurgitating a point that I constantly saw, which was, why don't you play like Rexlent? Go watch his guides. It is hard for someone new to play like a veteran player who plays not only the Chinese version of a game, but is now teaching people how to play the global version of the game. I had no experience with Punishing Great Raven besides going to the Chinese version and clicking buttons. So, yeah, I saw this as toxicity and it kept frustrating me. So I constantly spoke up about it, and the amount of times that I spoke out about it, including this time, is going to piss people off, but it made people mad. So just to show that without making anything public, this was a while ago, I did make an effort to apologize to Rexlent. You can read this if you want, but I'm only attaching the part that Rexlent said, not the entire thing he did. He wrote a whole list of things for me to read as to how he felt about me and things that I've done. I'm not going to show those on this video because it is not for you to see. It is a conversation between me and Rexlent. If he wants to show you guys during a stream, he 100% can, but I'm not going to, out of respect for his privacy. So moving on is the Wuthering Wave situation. I received information from someone who claimed to be a Kuro rep at the time. Obviously, we know that information was real now. I was given the date in which Wuthering Waves was going to be promoted. I was given that there was going to be a technical test. I was given the platforms that they were trying to reach, some of the features that they were going to receive, and I was given some pictures. Now, all of this, everything I'm about to say is my fault, all right? I should have done more diligence. I should have thought about this. Some of it was common sense. Some of this was just early YouTuber mistake, and I'm going to explain my perspective on it. But once again, I am not trying to make you guys feel bad for me. I don't want you to. That is not the goal of this video. Upon receiving that information, I decided to run my own little campaign without thinking of the marketing team, if they wanted this information disclosed, the repercussions of sharing this information. I just saw this as a new story from a new YouTuber, well, a rising YouTuber, to talk about something that other YouTubers don't have information on. I saw it as good promotion for the game and a way to hype up players for the day when the game was going to come out. Now, this is a situation where I saw it as a win-win for everybody. I constantly see complaints about clickbait, about people not wanting me to steal footage and react to other people. This was an opportunity for me to talk about something that I have that no one else does, so I don't have to clickbait about it. I don't have to tell people a specific thing that's going to happen. It's just a video that stands on its own 2 feet, as well as some posts that stand on their own 2 feet. And that was that I knew when Wuthering Waves was coming, and I was giving information about it. And I even made the dumbest mistake that you could possibly make, which was going to the official Discord and sharing images for a game that had not released yet. My excuse for that at the time was, well, the technical test is in a couple of hours, or a couple of days, I don't remember. So it shouldn't matter. And plus, it's not even releasing globally. This is a Chinese only test. So it shouldn't matter that I'm going to show these. So the image was of, I believe, of Anki standing at the very beginning of the game, and some other character. I don't remember. I showed two characters standing on the screen just to show what the characters looked like. This was from the technical test. This is where it's my fault. This is where Kuro decided they did not want to mess with me anymore. They made an internal decision that I should not be allowed as a part of their various communities because I'm at risk of sharing confidential information. I don't get access to anything. That is what blacklisting means. It is not that I can't play the game. It is not saying that I can't make content on the game. It is simply that I will not be promoted by Kuro Games. They want to keep me far away from their communities. They see me as a hazard to the promotion of their game. Cause more harm than good. So I'm taking that on the chin now. And I've learned from that mistake. And that is why you don't see leaks from me anymore. Because the leak wasn't intentional in the first place. I am not a leaker. While I'm very good at getting information from people and getting into betas, the intention is not to leak games. The intention is to show people new games so that they can get excited about them, so that I can help promote the games and everyone can get excited about something fresh and new. At the time, we were all excited for Wuthering Waves, and that excitement got to my head. So that is the real reason why I'm blacklisted. There's also this part comes from someone that I haven't had proof that they are a previous Kuro rep, but they told me that it's also because of the fact that I did raise such a fuss with punishing Grey Raven. It is a combination of the two situations, with me being vocal as of recently and sharing my perspective on stuff. A lot of you guys may see that I'm trying to cause problems, but if anyone did enough research to see why I always say things, I'm usually responding to people. I'm never just starting stuff for the sole purpose of causing problems. For example, I saw this. I had just woken up. This was a response to this video. If anyone watched this video, you would see that the whole video was positive towards Wuthering Waves. I was literally saying that Wuthering Waves is capitalizing off of a formula that Genshin made up and is using that formula against Genshin to promote their game. This is a win-win. This is how companies show that their product is better, and they're confident that their product is better. This is not me waging war. This is not me causing problems between the two communities. I'm stating a fact. This game is fantastic. I believe that it is going to do very well once it releases. But instead, they read the title and went with some narrative that makes no sense. So I understand how it can be perceived that way, but the only way you can tell what I'm doing is to watch the video. None of these people watched the video. In fact, there's a whole thread of people that prove that they didn't watch the video. That is why I am blacklisted, because I made some decisions in the past that caused Kuro Games to feel weary of me. I have made conscious attempts to rectify that situation. I have apologized. I have made a video apologizing and had it translated and put up on Bilibili, and I ended up being tagged by Rexlent saying that he doesn't believe me, which only made the situation worse. Once again, it is not Rexlent's fault of anything. I have apologized to Rexlent, and we have discussed it. Nothing is being directed towards Rexlent. I genuinely appreciate the honesty that Rexlent has shared with me, but that didn't help my case. I was trying to make things better so that I could move forward, and things just kept getting worse. And even when I was just simply trying to make videos about Wuthering Waves, things kept getting worse. So now we're here today, and just one video talking positively about the game, just because I put Genshin versus Wuthering Waves, nobody saw the positive in it. They just saw the title. This is exactly why I feel the need to make this video, because I feel that I do enough to try and promote these games and just support. But at every turn, it is turned into a negative. I don't care anymore about the people who are trying to turn it into a negative. From this point forward, I'm not talking about the blacklist situation at all anymore. Unless someone just asks me during a live stream or something, I'm going to tell them, go watch the video, or I'll give them a TLDR. But I'm not going to make posts and all this stuff anymore. This is me trying to move forward. And the only way I'm going to do so is if people leave me the fuck alone and let me just play games and enjoy them. So I am going to be playing Wuthering Waves. I'm going to be approaching this in a very positive manner. I have no intention of starting any problems. I have no intention to start fires. I'm just a guy making videos and enjoying a video game. Any drama that you guys see can't be drama unless you spread it. If I sit here talking negatively about a game, it doesn't turn into drama unless you post it on Reddit and share it with a whole bunch of people. I'm going to try my best to move past this and leave it alone. I hope that people can move past this as well. If not, fuck off, and I will just ignore you or ban you or whatever I need to do. But I'm going to do my best to move forward. I'm no longer going to give a fuck about how you guys feel about me, what you guys want to say about me, whatever. I don't care. We are playing a video game. We're going to enjoy the video game. I'm going to continue to show this marvelous game that Kuro Game has made and promote the game despite how they feel about me. I don't care if I'm blacklisted. I don't care about how they feel about me. I see a good product. I'm going to promote the good product. It is simple as that. There is no spite between me and Kuro where I'm going to try and make the game look bad. I'm going to speak openly and honest about how I feel about the game, and that is it. So this is my last time talking about this. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I hope that things can get better moving forward. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay chaotic.